Handicap Chase, named after the greatest Aintree horse of them all. 1 is Andreas, Ruby Walsh. 2, Wanango, Tony McCoy. 3, Lennon, Dennis O'Regan. 4, Calatagan is Tom Draper. Number 5, Lord Henry, a white distinguishing cap on this, Richard Johnson. 6 is Sancerre, Mr. Nick Schofield. 7 is Desert Quest, Sam Thomas. Leslie Taylor, Dougie Costello. Down to 9, Bambi DeLorme, the mount of Michael Murphy, claiming the 7. Green Hope is Andrew Tinkler. Almeidan, Robert Thornton. 12 is A Magic Sky, Charlie Post. Down to 13, which is Marcel, Timmy Murphy. Alla Ray is Jade Collier. 4 Chimneys, Shane Jackson. Tramontano, Paddy Brennan. Dev is Dominic Ellsworth. And Stan, Aidan Coleman, claiming the 5. They're the runners, 18 of them for the Red Rum Chase.
I need to...
Well, Leslie Taylor's been backed all morning in the offices. Opened up 10-1 this morning, opened 13-2 on the course, and they're still coming for him. He's 11-2 favourite. It's 6-1 Lennon, 7-1 Andreas. It's 9-1 Bambi DeLorme, 10-1 Wanango, 12-1 Desert Quest. Lots of money for him in the offices this morning, backed in from 20-1. It's 14-1 Dev. Money on course for Almeidan, 14s from 20s, and Magic Sky, 16s from 20-1. It's Tramontano, Marcel and Green Hope on 20-1. But your favourite is Leslie Taylor, floods of money.
So, okay, there'll be a lot more running than that.
Yeah, that's correct. King Richard.
And yes, interesting race this, but a very difficult one to pick out. Now, Leslie Taylor, he's not a big horse. Look at these little white or grey bits on his tail there. Loves it round here and was so impressive first time out on decent ground.
Yeah, he beat Tidal Bay around here. He's early on over fences. Disappointed last time in the Arkle. Thought he'd a huge chance and finished 11-14. Whether there was something wrong with him that day, he deserves to be favoured. He's a good handicap hurdler and jumps soundly, but I'm just worried why he ran so bad at Cheltenham.
Yep, but there are horses in here who've won and like the course. But to find a winner here is difficult. We're looking now at Andreas, of course, Paul Nicholls, Trevor Hemming's colours. Andreas, who's had a very light season so far. It's only his 3rd run.
Only his 3rd run, ran a cracking race at Cheltenham, beaten 5.5 lengths behind Tiger Cry in a real good handicap, and he looked as though he travelled and jumped well that day, and this track I think will suit him, and Ruby Walsh has been having a tricky day with a couple of seconds. I think this fella could get him off the mark.
He fell in the race last year, but was going well. Lennon, nice horse in the Wiley colours, of course, and progressively getting closer.
Beautiful horse, Richard, and this fella, if you backed him, you'll see him. He'll be bang up with the pace, might even make the running. Jumps a little bit to his left, needs a left-handed track, and keen front-running horse, jumps well, got a great chance.
Well, you mentioned that he was in front of Bambi DeLorme at Doncaster, which is a left-handed track, and Bambi DeLorme won this race 12 months ago. And there is Bambi, nearest to us, the grey.
Yeah, he's also a good, tough horse, and it's 9-1. He possibly has Eastway chances, but he always runs a good race.
Let's go to Jim.
Okay, they're coming in now for this 2-miler. It'll be fast and furious. They're off and running. And down near the inside, the first away is Lennon, who's up there early. Dev on the outside. As they come to the first of 12. Bambi DeLorme just reaching forward back in the field. The white cap of Lord Henry up in 3rd. Green Hope on the outside is 4th, followed then by Stan. So come into the straight. Almeidan is further back. Then on the outside, Wanango. And that white cap, the McManus colours. So head over the 2nd. Leaders jump it well. And all got over safely. Heading up now towards the first open ditch. And Dev is the leader. From Stan on the inside and Lord Henry behind them in 3rd as the leaders clear it well, and again they're all over safely. Green Hope back in 4th position, followed then by Stan. A couple of lengths further back Wanango, the white cap, followed by Bambi DeLorme, and then on the inside is Desert Quest with that black cap as they head up the straight now towards the 4th, and it's Dev on the far side. Lennon on the near side as they clear that well. Then back in 3rd, Lord Henry, followed by Green Hope, a gap to Stan, followed by Desert Quest, and then on the outside, Wanango. Bambi DeLorme is further back from Andreas, and then Marcel out wider. In behind them, Leslie Taylor from Tramontano, and then Sancerre is out very wide off the track. As they head now towards the back, Magic Sky is then on the inside. Well back Alla Ray with Almeidan, and then right out the back in the early stages is Calatagan. and also there is Four Chimneys. Heading now down the back towards the 5th. Dev on the inside, on the near side of Lennon as they clear it well. 5 lengths to Lord Henry. 6 lengths away then in 4th is Green Hope as they continue down the back. They're followed by Stan and wider out Wanango. Followed then by Marcel as they come to the 6th, and Lennon put in a shorty there. And left Dev to jump it well and still lead. From in 2nd, Lennon. Then in 3rd follows Lord Henry as they came over the 2nd ditch. Green Hope behind them, a gap in the field of Desert Quest. They're followed by Bambi de Lawn and Wanango the outside. Andreas is further back, and Leslie Taylor starting to make ground as they head over the 8th. Magic Sky is back there as well as they prepare now to leave the back. And Lennon on the outside of Dev, a length and a half in advance now of Lord Henry with the white cap on the inside. Stan is in 4th, followed then by Green Hope, Bambi de Lorme as they race up the side of the track towards 4 out. Magic Sky has made some ground on the inside as they clear that one. Andreas wider out from Tramontana, Wanango. Almeidan has been pulled up. Rounding the turn now. Lennon skips 2 in front of Dev, followed then in 3rd by Lord Henry. Further back in the field then is Bambi de Lawn. Then on the inside, Green Hope from Stan, and further back is Magic Sky. Coming to the 3rd last. Lennon led over it from Lord Henry going 2nd. Dev is there in 3rd, followed by Stan, Bambi de Lawn, then Green Hope, Magic Sky, Gap, Andreas, Tramontano. 2 left to jump though, and on the far side he's put in a giant leap there on Lennon, but here's Lord Henry with a white cap, drawing level now on the near side to throw out the big challenge, and they've skipped away now as they race up with 1 left to jump, and it's Stan joining in now, making a line of 3. Stan forges into the lead now with 1 left to jump. Stan takes it up clearly, goes 2 in front, steadies at the last, gets over it from Lord Henry. Dev is further back from Lennon and Magic Sky, but with 100 yards left to go, Stan a length and a half in front and holding on, and Stan comes up to win it well. Stan wins for Aidan Coleman. In 2nd is Dev, in 3rd Lord Henry, a gap to Lennon from Magic Sky. Andreas behind them, then Tramontano, Marcel, Bambi de Lawn, Green Hope. Leslie Taylor could never get into it. They're followed by Calatagan, Wanango, Sancerre, then Desert Quest and Almeidan, and Four Chimneys is last to finish. And 1 riderless horse in the pack there, which is number 14, Alla Ray. So, the winner of the Red Rum Chase, 2 miles a trip. There's Aidan Coleman, the winning rider of number 18, Stan, owned by Paul Beck, trained by Venetia Williams and ridden by Aidan Coleman. 2nd is number 17, Dev, Dominic Ellsworth. 3rd is number 5, Lord Henry, Richard Johnson. And 4th, number 3, Lennon, ridden by Dennis O'Regan. But Stan, who's a New Zealand bred horse, by superimposing. Have a look at this. This is a good shot coming over the last. Look at this. There he is on the outside. He just steadied coming to the last, and he got over it. His momentum, it was really up, and he was full of running. He got over it, he steadied, he managed to clear it well. And look back in the field, there's Alla Ray going at the last. 2 lengths and the same were the distances. 2 lengths and the same. Horse and jockey okay. We saw Alla Ray galloping on riders, and the rider Chad Collier was also up on his feet.
Well, a wonderful bit of riding from Aidan Coleman. He's only 19 years old. Venetia Williams is showing faith in him in the Grand National. He's going to be on board Mon Mome for her. So great to get off the mark. You can see the elation there in his face as he guides Stan past the winning post, owned by Paul Beck, a man who's manager and great friends with Freddie Flintoff, among others. And that, for a young jockey, you know what that feels like, Richard. It's a big moment here. A big crowd today as well.
A big crowd, and it's just been a smashing day's racing, and yet another very, very talented young rider. You know, as a £5 claimer, he's put up a great pull it through after the last, pull it through into his left hand, into his correct hand, and the horses ran all the way to the line.
And I think you noticed that this horse made a bad mistake at the first fence.
I'd like to look at it again at the first. I felt he might have missed the first.
He certainly didn't miss the last. And actually Lennon, all the people based here in Liverpool, a lot of the locals would have backed Lennon because of the name. He ran a very good race and they quickened past him after the last, but he put in a huge leap at the second last, Lennon did, with Dennis O'Regan on board. But Aidan Coleman there, he's the one who's done the hard work on board Stan, kept him up to his work. It's his first win, the horse, this year. And he's a bonny little thing as well. He just checks him there coming into that fence, makes sure he gets up and over it right. And away they go, push out, all out to the line.
Lord Henry ran a cracking race as well for Richard Johnson, just stayed on well from the second last.
I'm just looking to see Stan that is his fourth win over jumps, and he hadn't won since May in 2005. So it's been a fair time coming. They've been patient with him, and that patience has been rewarded today. £45,608 they pick up for winning the Silver Cross Prams Red Rum Handicap Chase. Now let's have a look at that first fence, and we'll have a look and see whether it was Stan that made the mistake. And here he comes. I think actually what happens is he jumps it very big and he collides with another horse on landing, but we'll see. And you were certainly right to pick it up. You noticed that something went on here. Sees a big one, takes off a mile from the fence, doesn't he?
He took off a mile away, Claire, didn't he? And he's jumped it so big, gone a little bit right-handed, and it wasn't quite as bad a mistake as I thought it was at the time.
But luckily he didn't decide to be quite so brave or indeed daft at the other fences, and by the time he got to the last, that's probably why Aidan checked him coming to the last.
He's been really responsive at the last. He's gone in to go and pop it, and the horse has listened to him, and he's gone and popped it really nicely.
Venetia Williams, the winning trainer there on the right, just getting the full rundown from Aidan. I expect he remembers every single second of that race, because you do when you've ridden a winner, don't you?
You do. Cheltenham, Liverpool, these are the big ones, and these are the days you live for, really.
Yes, great moment for Aidan Coleman, but a great confidence boost for him too on the eve of a big assignment. He has his first Grand National ride on Monmouth on Saturday, and that's for the same trainer, Venetia Williams. There she is, Venetia on the right. But nothing like having a win on the board at the meeting as a confidence boost, and Aidan Coleman has done exactly that on a 25-1 chance. Stan, a horse who always has shown some ability. Stan, he's a New Zealand import, as I was saying before, and he can jump, that's for sure, on his day. Paul Beck, the winning owner, he's got quite a few horses too. So there he is, with ears pricked. He's given Venetia Williams her 62nd winner of the season, and Aidan Coleman his 22nd. Well done to him. Okay, let's check the full result now of this Red Rum Handicap Chase with John.
Well, the proverbial Skinner for the bookmakers this one. Stan has returned at 25-1. Second was Dev at 14-1. Lord Henry was third at 33-1. And Lennon sneaked into fourth place at 5-1. But the bookmakers smiling after that result.
I'm with Winning Connections. Venetia Williams just receiving her debrief from Aidan Coleman. If I could grab a quick word with you, Venetia, congratulations. Thank you very much. Let him have his photo. You have a great record finding young jockeys. Where did you get Aidan from?
Well, in fact, actually, he spent last season with Henrietta Knight, and Sam Thomas said to me in the summer that he'd be interested in moving to me, so I said, well, get him to send me some video of his rides, like what I saw, and you know the rest.
What about the horse Stan? He's obviously not been at his best for a couple of seasons. What's been wrong with him?
I wouldn't say there's anything been wrong as such. I mean, he's a horse that I've kind of found these a bit tripless, really, actually. But I think, in fairness, I mean, today suited him really well because they've gone absolutely lickety-split. So you needed a horse with pace, but also a horse that actually would stay a bit further. So it's been fantastic. Aidan's given, obviously, a super ride. Well,
congratulations, well done. I might go and grab a quick word with Aidan, but he he's on his way to weigh in. So I'll leave you here, Venetia. Congratulations. Here comes Aidan about to weigh in. Let's just check the weight that he needs to make. Aidan Coleman needs to make, well, of course he carried bottom weight at 10 stone, and he's hit that spot on the mark. Aidan, can we grab a quick word with you there? So well done, congratulations. This is your first Aintree winner.
Yeah, first ride at Aintree as well, so couldn't have done any better really, could he? He was brilliant all the way around, he jumped super. They went a good gallop which suited him because he gets further than 2 miles, so as long as there's a good test, which is always going to be in a good quality race around here, that suits him down to the ground. Like, he jumped absolutely foot perfect. He was wrong going to the last, and you could just tell he just put a couple of short ones in and winged it, and he was never going to be caught from there. Absolute star of a horse.
Yeah, well, great performance by the horse and rider, because it's a tough race.
The gallop suited because they went so quick, like it spread them out a bit. Like I think there was 4 or 5 in front of me passing the stands, and then there was a couple of us there, so I had plenty of room and plenty of light wherever I went, so it actually suited me brilliant. You know, just the good gallop was just what he needed. And
it's been a fantastic season for you here. I mean, you've been amongst the winners for a long time, and you've even got a Grand National ride to look forward to.
Exactly. It started the year like I had no winners. I had 5 rides, I think. This time last year I'd said only 4 rides in my career. Went to Venetia's and I haven't looked back since. I'm 22 now for the year. So I have to mention Sam Strong as well. He's been absolutely fantastic. Like,
he's your agent?
Yeah, he's agent obviously. He's been getting me on horses all year, you know, that maybe I shouldn't even have been riding at the time because I didn't have the experience probably that I have now, but he had no problem. He got me on him, and thank God I haven't let him down or Venetia down. And Mr. Beck has always been very good to me as well. He's given me some real nice rides. Got me riding the Irish National, the Red Square Gold Cup at Haydock, you know, and he's just been brilliant. Like for the experience that I have, like I probably shouldn't have been riding in the rest I was riding in, but you know, this has been brilliant. Stood by me all year.
Well, may your good run continue. Well done today.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks,